Counselling for adolescents. Adolescence is the stage between 10 to 18 years of age. It is a time when the body is going through a lot of changes. Boys and girls are hit with puberty, which creates a lot of hormonal disbalance in them. It's a time when they themselves are figuring out what is really happening to me. This is also the time when the interaction with the outside world is a little higher, which means they are coming across ideas, experiences which they may never have heard at home, or which may also not be well accepted at home. There is mostly a clash between what the world thinks and what the parents think. Here is where they begin to realize the difference between right, wrong, and having their own opinion about it. I have interacted and done workshops for children in standards 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, and I've seen the difference in the way they behave in all of these standards. It's like there's a transition that can be seen from 6th to 10th. It is a beautiful phase when a child is moving from just being a child and dependent on their parents for everything to actually experiencing what it is to be an adult and beginning to realize how to become independent. At this stage, they learn the world's ideologies, they also are aware of the family dynamics, and then they also begin to grow their own beliefs and value systems. It is a time when they are beginning to see the conflicting ideas or the similarities between their two worlds which they have known. And in between all of that, they come out with their own explanations for their experiences. Why things are not wrong as per them and why things are right as per them is important for them to say. And hence here is where you will find a lot of conflicts between children and parents happening. The period between childhood and adolescence, the parents are fully in control. The child is dependent on the parent for every decision, for everything. But from adolescence to adulthood, the child is taking decisions. They try to become independent. They try to prove themselves. They try to get the trust and also build courage to face the world on their own. Here is where, if the parents do not loosen up a little of their control, there could be a lot of conflicts between child and parent. There also happens to be conflicts between children during this time, coming from different backgrounds and childhood upbringings. While a child is growing to understand their own personality, their own character, their own value system and beliefs, they also have to adhere to the societal norms of living. They have to follow rules, regulations, stay within the premises of what is right and wrong as per the world. This many a times weighs children down. They're confused if what they believe is right or if what others are saying is right. This is a good time for when parents need to convert from being just parents to actually being mentors, guides in some way, to help the child build the gap between what he believes to be true and what really is true. But this transition from being a parent to a mentor doesn't always happen naturally. Here is where a parent can take the help of a counselor. The journey from being a parent to a mentor is also a transition, where you have to see the world from your child's eyes, rather how you've been seeing the world, which also means you've got to unlearn and relearn from your children. This is done smoothly with the help of a counselor. A counselor is always giving you several perspectives to one situation. Your perspective at this stage may be limited, but when taking an aerial view of it through a counselor, you're able to see many dynamics of the same situation. You're able to deal with your child in many different ways, still keeping that bond strong and intact. I have met a lot of parents that say it is the time for the child to explore. My role is over. I disagree with it strongly. The role of a parent is never over. You're always going to be with your child. Initially as a parent, then as a mentor, then as a coach, and eventually as a friend. At this stage, children also should be encouraged to talk to counselors so that they too are able to get clarity on what they are experiencing, so that they don't just believe blindly the things that are told by their peers or people outside. They are able to get many different views of a particular situation until they believe something that's true.